Did you hear that noise?
What noise?
What is that? Oh, it's following us! Ah!
10 ordinary people from all over Britain are about to become fugitives.
Just stand up for me. Put your arms out.
Going on the run will be the biggest thing that I will have ever done.
Full of metalwork. I always ask the question, can I still soldier?
They have to disappear in one of the most watched countries in the world.
I hate authority, like, bearing down on me. You've just got to make sure you leave no trace.
My greatest advantage in this is my politeness.
Excuse me, sorry. Hello, sorry.
Tracking them down is an elite team of hunters.
Hack his phone, hack his hardware, search his house.
Armed with the powers of the state.
I love you, I love you, Kyle. You turn off the phone!
Here we go, cell site location.
We'll get after them!
But if they can evade capture for 28 days...
Missing the boys, missing home.
They will win a share of £100,000.
100 grand?
To be able to give money to a mum and actually put a deposit down on a house.
I want to win, and I want to win in style as well. There's no way you're going to catch me.
Got him, eyes on, eyes on.
Come on!
Where will they hide? Who will they trust?
There's no other lady that I know that would ever ask me to go on the run with her.
Oh, stand down!
10 fugitives, 28 days, £100,000.
Someone's running.
What would you do?
Stay where you are!
Chief.
In command of the hunters is former Scotland Yard detective Peter Blexley.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round the big screen, please. We're now going to see some footage that was shot at Birmingham city centre at 12:45 p.m. today. Fugitives are on the run.
The fugitives have had a 30-minute head start.
2 males, they're ex-military.
Military, definitely military, yeah. You can tell by the walk, the way they've got the bags on.
We think we've got 10 fugitives.
10.
Right, let's identify where that was. Let's get CCTV applications in. Let's find out who these people are.
After receiving the helicopter footage, the hunters are given the name, age and address of each fugitive, plus a photograph.
That one's Kirk Anthony Bowitt, and this one, Jeremy Scarrett. We thought this one was definitely ex-military by the way he walks. This one is ex-military, going on his social media profile already.
The bad thing is they've got security training, they've got counter-terrorism training, they've got military experience. Absolutely clued up on how to evade detection. The good thing is they're wearing backpacks, they've got camping equipment on them. Hopefully that helps us predict what they're going to do. Right, let's get out of here.
The fugitives are allowed to arrange their initial escape.
Morning, buddy.
Filming their every move is a covert camera operator living alongside them.
Right, have we got any CCTV applications in yet?
We're waiting for CCTV.
Great, let's work out the route they've gone.
Head out the city, mate, towards the M6.
I think we'll be very efficient and dynamic. Because of our military background, we will push the boundaries regarding risk.
The hunters need to be ahead of us. As far as we're concerned, it ain't going to happen. We're going to beat them.
We'd like an early capture. I want ground teams to Birmingham to try and pick up the trail and get hot on their tails.
HQ has 6 teams of ground hunters strategically placed around the UK. Their members have been handpicked from the best of Britain's military, police and special forces.
Message from HQ to call immediately. Let's go.
We've got some updated intelligence for you.
We've seen what we believe is 10 individuals in total.
Bomb burst in all different directions. So you are the closest at the moment to Milk Street in Birmingham.
Get down there, find out what's what, and on transit we'll have more gen for you, OK?
Roger that, mate.
OK, so just got through CCTV of Hamish Thoburn and Michaela Sales. They've run in from this junction with the warehouse's motor house on the corner, so we should get...
to be Coventry Street.
I'm taking a look at the fact that they were wheeling off suitcases. I'm really intrigued by that. That's not a very...
It's not very mobile.
It's not very mobile.
Go, go, go!
I can't help wondering if there's not a decoy there.
Go right, go right. Go right, Hamish.
Yeah. So I think we need to be very careful about that, making any assumptions based on what we're seeing right there.
You really think we're going on the run with the wheelie killers?
I'd say Michaela is probably the brains behind the organisation of the team.
She nags incessantly, she's arrogant, self-opinionated, has the temper of a tasered Tyrannosaurus. And those are just the good things, you know. She's also got some faults.
Oh my God, tell me when you're turning!
Have we broadened out the CCTV from that junction they were at? Do we know direction of travel?
We're waiting for that.
OK. Anna May and Elizabeth Garnett, what do we know? Anything?
Now, what's interesting here is notice they're both wearing running shoes, trainers. They look like they're getting ready for some outdoors survival with down jackets, sleeping bags and pack sacks.
Wearing leggings. They're going to freeze to death.
Go!
Gonna get down. Get down.
I like to think of us like icebergs. Like you can see the tip, which is what the hunters are going to see, but then there's so much more underneath. All right.
Is it traffic lights, Mum? Or I don't know.
I can't see. There's a crossroads sign ahead.
Oh, God.
To win like a share of 100,000 would be amazing. It would mean being able to give some money to my mum to put a deposit down on a house, for example. I underappreciate her and she does everything for me and kind of like repay her.
Thanks. Love you. Thank you. Bye.
100 grand. They've got every scrap of motivation you could possibly want. They'll be very, very determined. And it's up to us to spoil the party.
I've got details on that fugitive blonde, Lorna Sian Jones.
For the next 28 days, the fugitives are required to stay on the move, attempt to throw the hunters off their scent, and seek help from family and friends.
All right, mate.
Excellent. Let's get a registration on that vehicle, please.
And the road. Whoa. Oh, I'm in traffic. That's what you never see in the movies, isn't it? Like, just gridlock when you're trying to get work. Right. What would Tom Cruise do in Mission Impossible? He'd find another route. Since I've been in my 30s, life is suddenly about, oh, you don't have a mortgage, and oh, don't you have a boyfriend yet? And oh, like, you work in a job where you're just photocopying for a living. Like, how did it get to this? It's not exciting anymore.
These first few minutes are crucial in this investigation to move the pieces around the UK to get them as fugitives blocked off. We don't know how they're going to travel, whether it's foot, vehicle, trains, whatever. It'd be pretty silly to stay in the Birmingham area because Birmingham is littered with CCTV.
Madhu and Io.
Tesco.
Over their time on the run, the fugitives have access to a bank account containing £250.
Let me try to take out 100.
But every cash withdrawal immediately alerts the hunters.
OK, guys, I've just got another ATM video through. Is that a phone? It's got a phone. It's got an iPhone 6.
We should get 2 from the sow dumps then.
So, everybody, you see the value here of broadening out our CCTV searches, so I make no apology for shouting and ensuring we get these done.
Hello, Eden.
Hi, Eden.
On the run. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to basically be Jack Bauer. I'm sorry that I've missed your birthday, but I will be back soon. So I really hope that I can show that, you know, I am smarter than the average.
I'll turn off the phone.
Happy birthday,
Fucking hell.
Eden.
After an hour, most of the fugitives have fled Birmingham. But there's one who is yet to escape the city. Nick Cummings, a 50-year-old from Taunton, is the only fugitive without a getaway driver.
He's carrying a lot of stuff.
He's got to get to a vehicle of some description.
In his kit, Nicholas, he had a cycling helmet as well. So there's every chance that he's got a bike stash somewhere nearby.
Excuse me, sorry. Hello, sorry. Thank you.
I think Ashley's just seen CCTV of him getting on a bike. Yeah. Ashley, have you got confirmed about the bike with Nick Cummings?
It's a confirmed bike for Nick Cummings.
Excellent.
Every camera in Birmingham is pointing at me right now. But I don't mind, because I'm looking good.
I've been a house husband for 17 years, basically. My main job, really, is to look after Tom, who's 16 now. He's on the autistic spectrum. So what would be the best and the worst thing about Dad going? What do you think?
The best thing is that you're not here to be generally annoying.
Yeah.
The worst bit is that Josh will still be here.
Come on, Piss. I'd never really had a career, whereas Joe is a hard-working GP.
There you go.
So I can't show value. You know, I'm just a guy who spends the money.
Come on in, Bill.
Winning 100,000 will mean I bring financial value to the family. So I do want to succeed at this.
Everything is beautiful in its own way.
Hello, Steve, Will.
So we're about 10 minutes off the location of Milk Street, mate. We're just heading into Birmingham now.
OK, your target, Nicholas Cummings. He's on a push bike and he's entered a canal path. We're just trying to get that exact location for you. You're going to be quicker than him in the vehicle to cover him off at the next stop.
Excuse me, guys, sorry. Can you tell me which canal this is? Is it the Worcester one or the Grand Union?
It's not so much David and Goliath, with me being versus the state, effectively. It's David's slack mate versus Goliath.
Right, we're going the wrong way, but no longer.
He's going to be going slower than the guys.
He's carrying a lot of stuff.
This could be a quick win.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hi, Ben.
We've arrived at Barker Bridge overlooking the canal, mate. We've got intelligence to suggest Nick Cummings isn't far from your location along that canal path. So just prepare yourselves to get hold of him as he comes through.
I don't know if you can see that, Ben, but that's Steve moving into position now.
Yeah, I can see that. Thanks, Will.
In position, Will. Standing by.
OK, Will, we've got CCTV footage of Nick Cummings wearing a boiler suit, brown work boots and a beanie.
Roger that.
OK, well, I'm going into my first disguise, which is basically... There you go. So we're going to hide in plain sight. We're going to dress up as builder, engineer, sort of like Stevie B, and we're going to change our appearance as much as possible, as simply as possible. So hopefully they think they know what I look like, and now I don't.
But Nick's disguise doesn't work. He's spotted again on CCTV heading towards the hunters.
That's the last shot of the fugitive, mate. It looks like he's changed his appearance. He's got a quite large high-vis jacket on.
This could be bloody brilliant. It really could.
I've got a possible now coming towards you, Steve. Are you receiving?
Standing by.
High-vis jacket. 5, 4. Cancel. That's a negative on Nick Cummings. Negative on Nick Cummings.
I've lost the canal again.
Unwittingly, Nick's given the hunters the slip by coming off the canal path and getting lost in the city centre.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody. Can you tell me how to get to the Worcester Canal from here at all?
There's no sightings on him. We've missed him.
That is bloody gutting. OK, I'll speak soon.
Roger.
It's not going to last 28 days on that bike.
You can't cycle far because that's so impractical in those big shoes.
Yeah.
He's going rural, probably.
We just don't know. I mean, I can't decide if he is really much more sophisticated than we're giving him credit for.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if he is as inept as he comes across.
This I like. Our lane. And this is the M5, and this is really cool, because this means Wales, basically. So we'll get over this, crack the hardest bit. I've got away, touch wood so far.
OK, ladies and gentlemen, we need Trent Street, Coventry Street, Flood Street in Birmingham. Treat as a priority, please.
So just make sure you four coordinate and that every single area around that building is covered.
We now have 10 fugitives split over what appears to be 6 groups.
Get the request in for bank details.
So that's definitely a blue SUV.
That is an incredibly high workload for any group of investigators, detectives, intelligence gatherers, whatsoever. We're under the cosh.
Whiskey, India...
Chief Peter Blakesley leads his team with the help of 2 deputies, Ben Owen and Louisa Clark.
We're nearly in the Romford address. We're very nearly in one of the London addresses, which is Io and Madus. So I trained as a sniper before I joined the British Intelligence Services, and I led operations to track down terrorists to stop them carrying out attacks in the UK and abroad.
We haven't got an awful lot on Michaela at the moment. Michaela and Hamish, you know, they've got into a blue van. I served as an officer in British military intelligence for just over a decade, serving in both Northern Ireland and Afghanistan. And I also served in GCHQ for a couple of years.
He's got a Twitter profile, by the way. Ex-military, definitely.
Brilliant.
The hunters have 28 days to track the fugitives down.
It's fast and furious at this stage, but also we need to be really disciplined in terms of actually tracking what we're doing so we don't duplicate or tread each other's toes. It's all about being composed, working together collectively, and we'll get them.
Kirk Bowett and Jeremy Scarrett. Last seen on CCTV getting into a Volkswagen Passat.
We've requested who the vehicle's registered to, and that is a Olaf Jones.
Right, OK, well, as far as I'm concerned, Jones is a getaway driver and he'll be treated accordingly.
We're heading towards the M6 now. Which way do you want to go?
Right, don't actually go on the M6.
So we're going to stay on the A38 then?
Stay on the A38, yeah.
All right.
We're going back close to where I live. I know the area very well. I've got a load of assets in the area. And we can start taking the fight back to the enemy.
So it looks as though we've identified a social media profile for Kurt Bowett. He was an amputee. He had a hashtag amputee in his profile.
Obviously lost his left arm, part of his left arm.
Yeah.
I've actually got to the point where I'm biting my lip through anxiety.
I was injured working out in Iraq in 2013. My vehicle experienced an explosion. It was flipped into the desert about 50 or 60 feet, and the vehicle rolled about 4 or 5 times. I think at that time I said goodbye. I said goodbye to my family. I broke my back, my leg had to be reconstructed, and I lost my arm at the forearm, so I'm a left below elbow amputee.
So we think Kirk Bowett's wife is Carol Bowett.
He's a very proud father. He's got 2 very young children, both under the age of 5 years old. That could be a consideration.
5 minutes to bedtime.
It's changed me as a person, definitely. And it's changed my goals in life. I want to live for now. I want to have the kids. I want to bring them up.
Bedtime, Hearty.
And ever since then, it's been fight, 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 you know. And here we are now, you know, we're back at it.
Just keep an eye out for cameras, Jez.
My name is Jez Scarrett. I joined the Royal Marines 1975, left 1990.
So what we've got here, we've got an audio clip of Jez Scarrett.
I think it's just audio, yeah.
Lost my lower right leg below the knee in a motorbike accident just before the Falklands War.
Donna needs this.
Yeah.
Get this to Donna. See you later.
Right, we're going to punch you up.
We're all rooting for you, you know that.
Cheers. Yeah.
Don't screw this up.
Cheers, matey.
My initial reaction is that there's something slightly angry about him.
Yeah, fed up with the desk job, running until 8 years ago, but then his back and his hips gave out. So he probably sees this as being a very significant event.
The fugitives are hiding out on a country estate. Helping them is Simon Demant, who served in the Special Forces.
We plan to evade capture via a group of veterans around the country. We've served together in the past. Soldiers stick together. Oh. We do look after each other's backs like we did in action.
Dinner's ready!
I find fugitives with a military background brilliant to engage with because they have had training in escape and evasion, something that I share. It means that they have a certain mindset, not that they're predictable, but there is a commonality of planning that we can exploit.
The chief brings in Jezenkirk's getaway driver, Olaf Jones. Olaf believes he's been brought in for questioning, but the chief has other ideas.
Hello.
I just sent Donna in there to basically bide time,
I'm the psychologist working at HQ.
because the cyber guys need time to do their thing on his phone.
Richard has installed a backdoor on the phone, so he's actually live monitoring anything that now happens on that phone in terms of location, calls, text messages.
And Phil needs time to plant the listening device, search the car and put the tracker on. Will he discover the tracker when he gets home? He might do. But you know, I've had that before when I was at Scotland Yard once. A villain sent a tracker back to us in the post saying, I think you've lost this. So better crooks than him have caught us out in the past. Where did you drop them off?
I can't give you that location.
Are you going to provide them with any more help whilst they're on the run? Walkie-talkies? Phones?
Got about a month's worth of rations in there. Binos, camera, radios, fucking yellow radios, look. Olaf's done well.
How wide is their network?
Now there's a good question.
In my wildest dreams, he's going to pick up his phone and he's going to ring somebody of some significance. He's not going to pick that phone up and call the fugitives with it. But he may call someone, he may call someone who may call the fugitives, and we may just possibly be on the back of that somehow, which will inch us ever closer to Jezenkirk. OK, ladies and gentlemen, as the end of day one approaches, let's just remind ourselves. At 12:45 p.m, the fugitives went on the run in Birmingham. We knew nothing about them. Let's see where we are a few hours later. Let's start with Lorna Jones.
Great first day, great. I want to have a protein ball and I want to get pissed. I don't see how they're going to get me. How are they going to get me? They've no idea where I am.
Io Adesina and Madhu Alikor.
We're assuming at the moment that they may have jumped onto a train.
There's only one thing wrong with that, Gabriel. Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups.
So I'm not 100% sure if this is exactly how you're supposed to do it, but... Bio, let me just give you a tip about the pegs. Yeah. We've been friends since we were 12, 13 years old. So our relationship, I would say, is love-hate, hate-love. It's more love than hate. Bro, have them at an angle. Have them at an angle. Listen to me. I know, but I'm just helping. Listen to me. What I said to you was... I'm just helping. Angle. When you're on a plane and the oxygen mask drops down, yes. What did they tell you? Put your own oxygen mask on first, then help the person next to you. Okay.
Hamish Thoburn and Michaela Sales. We're monitoring their current bank accounts.
Yes.
That's excellent. Thank you very much.
Are you driving along?
Thank you so much, all you guys. At university, Hamish and I, we had a fling.
Thank you.
He's a Michael Douglas spectrum, red-hot-blooded male.
Is there any chance of me rekindling a relationship with Michaela while we're on the run? It's not impossible. I mean, I know she fancies me.
I'm certainly cuddling him.
To abstinence and liberty for all.
Anna Theresa May and Elizabeth Frances Garnick.
They're adventurous, they're used to the outdoors. It really wouldn't surprise me if they managed to be quite successful.
I hope you're wrong. Less of that talk, thank you very much, young man.
We'll get him, we'll get him.
That's more like it.
Day one.
We'll say Yes, fuck the system. That's us. That's us.
That's very appropriate.
That's very appropriate. It's like we planned it.
OK, great. Thank you, everybody. Crack on.
Deputy Ben Owen starts to profile the girls.
So Anna and Elizabeth, 2 Yorkshire girls. Elizabeth is the youngest of 4. Everyone calls her Lizzie. 20 years old now, still lives at home. Her parents are Tony and Janine. Anna, born 1991. She's one of 3. Studied criminology at university, might come in handy. Loves animals. They're both very into hiking in the outdoors and has done the 3 Peaks Challenge barefoot, which is quite impressive. Anna and Elizabeth, they're fit individuals. They do lots of physical activities. I think it gives us a strong indication that it may be rural. These girls aren't scared of going rural.
Where are we?
I don't know, but that's maybe a good thing. Yeah.
I think we're being followed.
Do you think we are?
I don't know, I'm just worried.
Childhood friends Anna and Elizabeth are in Warwickshire. They're keeping their movements as random as possible to stay off the hunter's radar.
This is sort of a bit eerie. I feel like it's on the Hills of Eyes. There's like no one around.
I reckon we cross over there and see where.
Yeah, because there's like houses there and the horse field there.
Yeah. It's quite stiff. I think we're going to have to
climb.
Yeah. Will my bag fit through there? It's not going to fit through.
Isn't it? Oh, is it fitting through? Can you help me?
Anna is very, very kind, a very loyal friend.
Oh.
Will do anything, try anything.
Kate bag.
Lizzie's it's like such a free spirit, so funny. Got a few screws missing. But she gives off this persona, but Lizzie is actually really intelligent and she's capable of everything. Very down to earth, very friendly. Oh, that's lovely.
HQ dispatched ground hunters Paul and Michelle to Elizabeth's home to interview her parents. If asked, family and friends have to meet the hunters and surrender their phones, computers and tablets. But whether they tell the truth is entirely up to them.
When did you last see your daughter?
A Saturday.
I just dread to think how they're going to cope, though, with the, you know, the big rucksacks on the back. It's all that equipment and everything.
Yeah.
Carrying it all around and then thinking, well, where am I going to stay? It's like where they're going to pitch the tent on an eye, you know, that's not going to look just conspicuous in the middle of a field somewhere.
That's a good clue, Jan.
What?
These people are trying to catch Liz, and you're disclosing everything.
Am I?
Yeah.
Your role is to try and assist Elizabeth, not give a full inventory of what she's up to.
All right, then. Well, I don't know what she's up to, that's the point. I keep forgetting who I'm talking to.
Email addresses and phone numbers. Obviously, you're right to check your phone as
What, check it to see whether I received anything?
Yeah. Am I like to just check those bits of paper as well?
It's just a list.
Can I like to check the lists? Am I right to check the lists?
Yeah, sure.
Paul and Michelle went into Elizabeth Garnett's property, spoke to Mum and Dad. There was a number of bits of paper. Prominent bit out of that was truck stops it mentions. So I think they're going to hitchhike after getting a lift and then do some camping. Should we look at truck stops, anything, CCTV, any hitchhiking areas, see where that next step's going to be?
Are we asking the lorries? Yeah, I think so. Right, would you be able to get a lift with you? A lift? We could get a lift with you. No worries, thank you. What about this car here? We need to hurry up because there's CCTV. Where? Oh, God.
I think we've got a couple of tough cookies, but I think where their downfall may lay is mentally.
Shit, I don't know what to do. We just watched through all the CCTV. I don't need a week. Oh, God, bollocks.
Morning, ladies.
Busy morning?
Yeah, we'll be flat out again today,
Good, I'm looking forward to it, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing that for? Shaking the pain out, mate. Would you get phantom pains then, Jeff?
I get a dull ache. I very rarely get what I would call a proper electrical shock. I get maybe, twice a year.
Yeah.
Get a big bang.
So ANPR hit on Kirk and Jeremy, the VW PakSat.
It is going towards Cambridge. It's crossing the A1 around here.
In HQ, there's new evidence suggesting that Jez and Kirk were dropped in the Cambridge area by their getaway driver, Olaf.
The ANPR hit took them into an area where there's a number of military bases. Now, they can't access those, but they could reach into using networks.
They're not serving military, are they?
No, they're not, but they could draw in associates and connections there.
Commander's seat, yeah?
Right, Tonto. Are you ready?
All right there.
I think they might be pretty attached to the idea of being heroes, thinking themselves as being a bit indestructible. Let them get cocky, let them make the mistake. Don't fall into their overconfident mindset. We need to be rational, dispassionate and detached, and then eliminate them from the proceedings and then move on to the next set.
Hold on tight, Jez.
This is definitely a 100% way of not being caught. No ANPR, no CCTV, diddly squat, cameras anywhere.
Yeehaw!
As HQ's latest lead on the ex-serviceman puts them close to Kirk's home, they decide to send the ground hunters to pay a visit to his wife.
Let's go. Hiya. Hi. Is it Carol?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Nick. This is Danny.
Hello.
Can we hear about Kirk?
Yes.
It's all right to come in?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Hello, what's your name? Tilly. How old are you, Tilly?
No way.
Yeah.
You look like you're about 8.
You're big for 4.
Tomorrow, birthday's gonna be 1.
Really?
Oh. Is he having a party? Or you're gonna eat all his cake? They're gonna share it. You're gonna share his cake? Yeah. Oh, nice.
So when did Kirk leave then?
Saturday.
Do you know where he went?
I don't know. And what's he kind of said to you, like, about contact? Is he like, so as far as he's concerned, he's not going to speak to you? No. For the baby's birthday?
No. He missed her birth and first birthday and numerous other birthdays, so...
Things like that don't really bother him.
It doesn't bother him, it bothers me.
And what colour was his backpack?
Oh my God, camouflage. Yeah, I think it was camouflage.
It's black.
Was it black?
Yeah.
Was it?
Oh, well done, Tilly.
There you go.
Is this his tablet?
That's his iPad.
Does he have any other devices?
There's his laptop.
We're going to take that.
Kirk's mobile, laptop and iPad are taken for the cyber team to analyse.
You think the mum was telling the truth? Kids are more likely to be honest than their parents.
Kirk Bowett's son, Bertie, is a year old tomorrow.
Yep.
That may be something we seek to exploit in some way, shape or form. Do we go particularly unpleasant and bring his mother in for an interview tomorrow?
Yeah, it has been said that he's very family-orientated, he's very focused on his children, so if we can get the technical angle, get all the emails, Skypes, everything covered, if he does make contact, we're not going to miss it.
Do you think Kurt will be happy phoning, or do you think he'll try and stop by?
There is no way round it. That day matters. Obviously, there's going to be some contact.
But surely the incentive for him not to contact is the fact that he could win £100,000.
But you're never again going to get your son's first birthday.
But there'll be many more birthdays and the son won't remember.
I'd agree with you if it were his third, his fourth.
Yeah.
It's his first birthday.
It's his first birthday.
Not for the child, for the parents.
OK, very interesting. Right, we might need to formulate a bit of a strategy around that. Ladies and gentlemen, can we gather round? OK, we're going to find out where we're at with Anna and Elizabeth.
HQ's attention now turns to the youngest fugitives. They've worked out the pair are staying on the run by hitchhiking from truck stops.
When you stop off at service stations, start handing out some posters of Anna and Elizabeth, and the reason for that is You know, we know this is their MO. We know they're going to service stations to pick up rides. So let's get their mugshot all over it.
Yeah, no problems.
You never know, it might be complete gold dust at some point.
Hi there. Can you give us a shout if you see these two?
2 girls, aged between 20 and 25.
Hi there. Can I give you this to look at, please?
One of them has got blonde hair. The other one has got mousy brown hair.
Excuse me. Sorry, are you going anywhere we could get a lift to?
Where are you going to?
Anywhere would you going? Just so we can just get away quickly. We're desperate.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure,
Where are you
so
going?
much.
Cornwall.
Oh,
perfect.
excellent.
Oh, that's where we
That'd
just
be
want to
great.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you so
wow,
much.
Nice
Nice
car. A Jaguar. Oh, I feel better now. We're in a car.
We know they're young, we know they're marathon runners and fit, young and healthy, but even so, leaping from vehicle to vehicle and location to location, I'm sure will be tiring. And I'm sure at some point they're going to make a mistake upon which we need to exploit. In fact, you could argue that they're already pursuing a very risky line of behaviour in any event.
How many times you picked up a car in the service centre? You know, a service parkway, you just picked up me over there?
Loads of times.
Right, OK, so you've got a pattern straight up, haven't you?
Yeah.
So next time you go and look for a lift, you're not going to be doing it at a service station.
Yeah. Because it is leaving a trail. I think we need to stop hitchhiking. Yeah, just round country lanes, I reckon.
But not on service stations?
Yeah, not on services anymore, because they're going to recognise it, aren't they?
If I could speak to the fugitive tonight, if I could whisper in their little shell-like, you know what I'd say to them? Stop putting yourself through all this, because the longer you're at liberty, the greater you think your chances of achieving that prize will become. Actually, it's completely the reverse. The longer they stay at liberty, the greater our chances of catching them.
How do you know that you did not get into a nearly new Jag at Fleet Services with an MI5 agent?
I don't say that. We don't.
We don't.
Are you an MI5 agent?
It's not likely to say yes, am I?
So you're not an MI5 agent?
No.
Oh, thank God.
It's fugitive Kirk Bowett's son's birthday.
So today I would like you to keep an eye, essentially, on Carol Bowett.
We're on our way now to her house to go and put a tracking device on her vehicle.
Get that tracker on, get behind her and see what she does today. Good luck.
Cheers, boss.
Chris, have kit. This is all from Carol Bowett.
The cyber team are also focusing on Kirk.
Like Christmas. It's coming as well.
Yeah. It's Kirk's laptop.
It's been hibernated.
Still live. Right, let's hack into these and see what we can find.
I can't believe it's my son's first birthday.
Yeah, I know. It's risky, though.
Got to do it, though. Got to see me like a lad.
I reckon it's a 50-50 chance of getting caught, to be honest.
Before heading out of the area, Kirk has pre-planned a secret rendezvous with his wife and son.
We're here. The stately home is there, which is about 700 metres away. We're going to move up a track into the folly. That is your overwatch position. That is my stalk position. I'm then going to ghillie suit up in the dead ground. That is the ERV, the meat.
Can't see him. He's well canned out. It's really good. Can't see him at all.
We will be at her house in about 10 minutes.
OK, let me know when that's deployed.
She's not being followed. I should be able to see Carol at 12 o'clock in amongst the trees at the play park.
The tracking device we're going to put on Carol's car today, I think distraction is going to be the best method. How about one of us knocks on the door while the other one lays under the car and sticks on the tracking device?
So let's get it on.
car's gone.
Bollocks!
She's gone already.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck.
Hello, girls.
Hi, just to let you know, we've just arrived at the address and the vehicle has gone.
I haven't got a crystal ball. I'm an investigator, not a mind reader.
Kirk and Carol one. Kirk and Carol.
Having missed the opportunity to put a tracker on Carol's car, HQ are now resting their hopes on the cyber team hacking into Kirk's laptop.
Carol, Amy one. Carol, Amy one.
Jez, I have eyes on Carol. Eyes on Carol.
Excellent news. Go careful, mate.
Tillybo 1, BEAU 1.
No. There should be some sort of password hint on here.
I'm going to make a bound to make the meeting, okay?
Roger, I can see you now.
Guys, it says home space town space 1. Where is he from?
Ultrium 1?
Ultrium 1. Ha ha ha! We are in, my friends. Well done, Chris. Nice one.
Hello. You been followed?
I'm confident I've not been followed. What I'm not confident about is what they might find on your devices.
Right.
They took them all yesterday.
Okay.
We've got Vodafone, iCloud, LinkedIn, Next account, Dropbox, Facebook, his banking password, Gmail he's fucked. He's got everything.
Happy birthday, you. Happy birthday, young man.
So we now own Kirk Barrett's online life. Perfect.
He's completely screwed.
In celebration of the arrival of her third son with husband Wayne, Colleen Rooney has had a cast of her baby bump made, engraved with his name, birth weight and date.
Oh, well, can't decide whether I like this or not.
Bit late now, isn't it, mate?
Oh. That's wild!
This time last week we were in a hot car, not knowing whether we would get caught or not. And now it feels like we've made a massive break from our pursuers.
You say you can't polish a turd, but...
They might get to a point where they think, why waste their time on us when they can go and catch the easy pickings and leave us to it?
Chief, are you free for a sec?
Yes, Pat.
So, this is Kirk's iPad.
Unknown to Kirk, the cyber team have hacked into his laptop and iPad, giving them access to his online accounts.
It's got a lot of stuff about their plans.
Show me the bits about, right.
Olaf is good to go for initial pickup and safe house, spot on.
Yep, Olaf Jones, getaway driver, yep.
Funny enough, this conversation does not exist on his iPhone. So he's deleted it off his iPhone, thinking it's going to delete it off here.
Ben, you might want to come and see this.
That's a note to himself.
Yeah.
The cyber team have also hacked into one of Jez's email accounts.
So we're in Jez Scarrett's Sky email account, and we managed to get into that by resetting his password. In his email, there's an email to himself.
He emailed it from his Gmail to his Sky. It has a long list of contact details for various places, and we've got just a list of phone numbers.
OK, Kirk Barrett and Jeremy Scarrett. The cyber guys got into the lengthy conversation dating back prior to when they became fugitives, where they are talking and plotting and planning their time on the run. Particularly, they refer to a guy called Dave Leo, and we've discovered Dave Leo lives in Blackpool. So Blackpool is the focus. Any contacts that these two have in Blackpool, we need to research and thoroughly exploit.
I've got a mate down in Blackpool, Dave Leo, that has access to a motorhome, and he'll probably have some contacts.
Kirk and Jez are with the wife of a veteran friend, Karen Cameron.
Blackpool's full of CCTV. No doubt there's lots of ANPR cameras, but at the end of the day, we're arriving in a third-party vehicle, as we've always done. So we should arrive basically completely unannounced.
OK, guys, I would like you to make your way covertly to Blackpool. We've got stuff coming in as I'm talking to you that we're just plotting.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
All of Leo's vehicles are on monitoring, all of his phones are on monitoring.
His motorhome as well.
Everything's on monitoring.
Truth is, we're all over Dave Leo.
Borrow your phone, that would be great, and I'll give my mate a call.
Okay.
Dave, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Jess Garrett.
Hi, Jess, are you all right?
I'm very well, very well. Are you at work or are you at home?
I'm at work today. I was supposed to be off, but I'm coming to take somebody home.
OK, that's not a problem. We'll try and find where you live, and we will hang around there till you finish doing your work. Is that OK?
That's fine, OK.
Brilliant. Thanks very much indeed, and I'll see you later.
The telephone that made that incoming call to Dave Leo is shown on Facebook as belonging to Karen with a K, Cameron.
So next step is we need to bottom out exactly where her current location is, get cell site analysis done on that number so that we can track her and see if she is a driver, and then if she is a driver, where is she taking them to next?
Karen's phone is about to give away Jez and Kirk's every move.
There's always that worry that the hunters are going to be over our shoulders. I'm not scared of them. I've faced people who want to kill me, and then they don't want to kill me. So we're just going to have to outwit them and keep our distance by staying off grid.
So we've got cell site information, which is Karen Cameron's phone, identified near Blackpool Pleasure Gardens. So we need to get Michelle and Paul over there as a matter of urgency.
ETA in Blackpool?
We're arriving there at 12:15.
12:15, right, OK. The phone of Karen Cameron, we are getting cell site monitoring of it, and it's in Blackpool.
OK.
She may potentially be ferrying the fugitives around.
The fugitives need to kill time before meeting Dave Leo, so decide to have lunch with Karen and her friend.
The more moves that we're doing, and the more bounds that we're making in different modes of transport, the more confident we are getting.
But the hunters continue to track Karen's phone.
Following the cell site locations for Karen Cameron, and we've noticed that she stayed in one place for quite a long time, which looks to be next to a car park. And so we're just going to request CCTV to try and see if we can spot our fugitives.
They'll be looking for two guys on their own, and we're clearly together, us four.
So, Chief, I think we've got confirmed sighting of Jez Scarrett in the shopping arcade, Hounslow Shopping Centre. There's one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot here.
They've got a very distinctive
walk. Yeah.
They have, it's true.
So we need to move Paul and Michelle down to that pedestrianised precinct.
Yeah.
OK, so that was Church Street.
We're coming into Church Street now.
Just confirming they're in a group of four, one of whom has a distinctive red waist-length coat on.
It's a bit empty in here, isn't it?
It's opened at 12.
Oh, right. So will there be other people coming in here, will there? Right.
Come on.
Michelle?
Yeah, go on, boss.
Have you got an update for me?
Not as yet, no. Not as yet, no.
This phone has been static for some time, which may indicate that they are static. Perhaps they're eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think about pubs, eateries. It's lunchtime.
No, wait, we've got triangulation that might be creating a more accurate location. It's at Cookson Street.
Mr. Basra.
Mr. Basra Dinery.
It's going to head for Mr. Basra's Dinery, Mr. Basra's.
Exact location.
OK, it's on the corner of Deansgate. It's opposite the council.
Right, and stand by. You're hearing me? Mr. Basrai's Curry House, which is on Deansgate at the junction with Cookson Street.
Deansgate, Cookson Street. If you can't,
Yeah.
Basrai's Curry House.
They may not be in that restaurant, but just that is the only alternative place they can eat.
Right, OK, we're going to head that way now, but we're at the wrong end of Deansgate, aren't we? Right, just hold on.
About 300 metres away.
Do you really want these guys? We will get them. Absolutely. We will.
Round 2. We're now going for India. Or then I might end up in Asia next.
It's bloody lovely, isn't it? Great place. Bit of ice cream for pudding. We've got it. Go that side. I'll go this side.
Book a table for tonight. Go in, make a booking, and then come out.
So still fair. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
There's some hunters over there.
They're hunters.
Isn't it?
Yeah. They're in here now. They look like they're from the city. They're not from this area, and they look like they're looking for somebody. So...
Don't look around, just keep looking forward.
We've been hunted. No, come up. Just stay calm. Stay calm.
Boss, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
I think we've got eyes on.
OK. Keep them under surveillance and then follow them out.
I feel sick now. What should we do, Jez?
Well,
can you call the manager over? Hi there. Are there people out the front asking inquiries? Yeah. Do you have an alternative exit out of the building? A back entrance? Yeah.
You go. I'm staying here. You two go.
they have just had somebody has just gone out the back. They've just gone out the back.
Right, get after
Follow them.
Right, the other one's getting up and moving. The other one is getting up and moving. Have you just let somebody through there? Has somebody just let... Well, where's this? Where does this go? Where does this go? To kitchen in the staff room. Well, where's the person with yellow hair just gone through there?
Is that your concern?
Yes, it is my concern. Where have they gone? Where have they gone?
I don't know.
Boss, they're letting them out. They're helping them.
Well, get after them.
There's no way out there, is there? Bugger.
We've got a vehicle leaving the service yard.
I'm really sorry for getting you two in particular.
Running parallel with them now. Suggest you fuck off!
We all know from experience that these investigations can turn just like that. We go in public. You may qualify for a cash reward.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm scared.
I'm terrified. Please don't jump in the canal!
We're in this for the long haul. It's us against them.
To find out more about how Hunted was made, go to www.channel4.com/program/hunted. If you've missed the beginning of the gripping new drama National Treasure, you can catch up on all four. Coming up next, everybody smiling, not for long. It's Celebrity Island with Bear Grylls.